Hi agents, this is my third build guide video. I've done Nomad and Banshee before, which you can find in the video description, and this one is for the Sentry's Core Classified 6-piece. A few of the people that watch me on my streams have asked me what build I'm using when I'm running with this, because I hit so hard, and I tell them it's this, and I quickly show them. But if you want to see it in detail, then this is the video for you. You can check out how I roll my Sentry's Core build, why I roll it like I do, and how it hits so hard. So we're going to get straight into it. So my Sentry's Core build, I'm going to go into the character stats first. When I'm running with my MDR, I am hitting with like critical hit chance 9%, critical hit damage 29%, which you might think is quite low. This is just a PvE build, I want to point out. I've rolled it all for PvE. I don't use this in PvP at all. With PvP, you normally have these higher. But yeah, don't worry about these being low. I've got a little bit on it with my weapon mods, as I do on a bit, but it doesn't really matter about these stats. It's this stat here, the headshot damage, that matters, and on my MDR, I'm doing 166%. My accuracy is also 60%. And then the other stats that really matter is the damage to elites and the enemy armor damage. I'm at 50% on my MDR, I'm at 48% elites on my MDR. So 50% enemy armor damage and 48% damage to elites. So that's what I've got it at on my MDR. If I switch to me sniper, my M700 tactical, similar sort of stats, got 6% crit hit chance, 29 damage, but headshot damage at 241%. That on the Sentry's Call, if you know the build, you can 6-stack an enemy with headshots. When you get a 6-stat and you then hit a shot with this sniper rifle, it's going to be 100% damage on top of that 241%. So 100%, it's going to be 482% headshot damage. That is how you hit ridiculously hard. Yeah, and then the enemy armor damage on this is 26%, with the damage to elites at 48%. The pistol really doesn't matter. So they're the character stats. I'm now going to go through the weapons that I use. So as you know, I've used the MDR. This is my stacker. I'm going to use this to get my stacks with the build. So I'm going to get some headshots to stack some enemies to 6-stack and spread the stacks. And then I'm going to switch to my M700 to then do the damage and kill them. Now on my MDR, the talents I got rolled are Brutal and Prepared, which is God rolled for this build. Brutal's giving me headshot damage. Prepared's giving me extra damage at a distance. For being a sniper build, I'm always at a distance. And I get a free talent Distracted, so when enemies I've got a status effect, I'm doing the extra 18% damage again. And then on my M700, I got Brutal again, which is headshot damage. I've got Balanced, which is one of the most underrated talents that I know. Basically, when you're in cover, it makes getting headshots really, really easy. You just get like the cursor, the little circle you got over someone's head, aim, and you're practically on their head. You know, it's like you might need to make a very little adjustments, but balance works very, very good with a sniper. And then I have elevated, so if I do get elevated more than 1.2 meters, I'm doing 10% extra damage, again on top of all the other damage I'm doing. So they're very good talents to have on a sniper. So that's why I have them rolled for. And then on my pistol, with the pistol, I have Expert and Predatory. Now, Expert isn't what I have. I normally have Cold-Headed. I've just not rolled this pistol yet. And you'll also notice my pistol score is gear score of 197. I'm going to talk more about that in a second. I'm now just going to show you the weapon mods. So on my MDR, the weapon mods I have is a VX1 scope for the headshot damage, crit hit chance. I have an extended mag with crit hit chance and rate of fire. I have a small laser pointer for more accuracy, again, optimal range and reload speed. And then I have an Amiga rifle suppressor with headshot damage, crit hit chance and optimal range. And then my M700 is very similar. I have the VX1 scope with headshot damage, crit hit chance. Extended mag with crit hit chance, rate of fire. And the Amiga rifle suppressor with headshot damage, accuracy and optimal range. Now the reason why I use like a suppressor over a loud vent break is because I get the like decreased threat. I don't want increased threat on this build. I want to be left alone from NPCs so I can just snipe. So the Amiga rifle suppressor works well for that, but also it gives me the extra headshot damage, which is so vital for this build. You want as much headshot damage as you can get. So they're my two main weapons, and on my pistol, I just run it with a Tyrant suppressor. Not important at all. It gives me crit hit chance, headshot damage, accuracy. Like I said, not important at all. Now, let me just discuss this tactic that I use. It's a PvP tactic, and I know that this is a PvE build. I don't use this in PvP, but is a PvP tactic that I've transferred over to my PvE builds as well. I get a 197 pistol, so a low score pistol, and I roll cold-headed and predatory on them all. So ignore expert there, I've just not rolled it yet. Imagine that being cold-headed. Now the reason being, you'll notice like predatory, if you look at the requirement for that, it's 2,518 stamina. Doesn't matter what build I put this talent on with this pistol, it's going to work, because my stamina at the minute is 2,961 and I've rolled nothing to it, so it's base. So on a base talent there, 2,961, I can proc predatory. So, and what I do in PvP, the tactic there is, if I knock an enemy down and I need a quick health regen, I will switch to my pistol and I'll finish him off, and that'll proc predatory, and it'll give me that 35% health over 20 seconds. Cold-headed, which I don't use that in PvE, by the way. Predatory is just a PvP roll, that, but whatever, I just have the same pistol on all my builds there. And then expert, which is going to be changed out to cold-headed, I do use that in PvE and PvP. If I use my super, what cold-headed does is enable you to bring back your super quicker with headshots. I'll switch to my pistol and I'll just get loads of headshots on NPCs. That will then bring my super back much quicker, and that's why I do that. And cold-headed, once again, is something that can't proc on every build, but on a low score pistol it will proc, and that's how you can use it. It does put my gear score down to 281. Now, if people see that in the dark zone, it's actually to your advantage. If they see a low gear score, they might try and gank you. Well, yeah, if I'm running my Nomad for say and they try and gank me, I actually hit a lot harder than they think I hit. So it kind of like, it's a nice little trick in PvP, it's nice. PvE kind of works, it's not important that, guys, I just thought I'd explain it. Okay, so I've gone through all my weapons, gone through my pistol, gone through my MDR, gone through my M700. You've seen all my character stats. So now it's just the build that's left. And first I'm just going to talk through the build for anyone that doesn't know what Sentry's Call does. Sentry's Call with 2 pieces gives you an extra 30% accuracy. With 3 pieces, it gives you an extra 10% headshot damage. And then the 4-piece Sentry's Call gives you the Sentry's Call talent. So headshots using semi-automatic weapons mark the enemy, increasing the damage inflicted on the target by 5% for a duration of 30 seconds each. A target can receive up to 3 marks. Now with a 5-piece bonus, you get an extra 15% accuracy and 15% headshot damage. And then when you got the full 6-piece classified, you get improved Sentry's Call, which is NPC targets can now receive up to 6 marks instead of the 3. After 1 mark, every headshot on the target has a 50% chance to spread a single mark to additional targets within 25 meters. And at 6 marks, your headshot damage on the target is increased to 100%. So going back to that sniper rifle with 241% headshot damage, that's going to be 482% headshot damage on a 6 stacked enemy. It is so hard, you hit so hard, it is beautiful. You'll see in the video description, if not already mentioned, a link to my stolen signal guide where you see me using this build. Just skip to the bosses and see how hard and how quick I take down the bosses. The curveball, checkers and pig stick, they don't last too long. You know, once you get at them, once you got them stick stacked, they're gone. It takes a few sniper headshots and they're gone. And it makes stolen signal really easy to complete this build, having it rolled like I do. Okay, so we're now going to go through all the pieces, what's on them, and how I have them rolled to. And if you do the same, you're going to have similar sort of stats here. 612, 730 with the MDR, 357, 333 with the sniper. I've got full-on firearms, stamina and electronics I haven't touched, and my toughness is 356. That can be a little bit of an issue, we'll talk about that in a minute. So, the vest. I have firearms rolled, health, enemy armor damage, ammo capacity. The 2 mods that I use there, these purple mods are the only mods where you can get damage to elites on. So if you haven't got these, keep an eye out for them when the vendors reset. There's a site online which I'll link you to in the description, which will give you the updates to the vendors every week, so you don't need to go around them yourself. When you see these on sale, I highly advise you go and buy them, because they work on multiple PvE builds, not just a Sentry's Call. And that 4% damage to elites, with 5 of these, that's 20% extra damage to elites. So yeah, I got 2 of them on that firearms with damage to elites. And then if I go to my mask, you'll see I've got it rolled to firearms again, enemy armor damage and damage to elites. You're going to see a bit of a trend here. Everything's firearms. I get as much enemy armor damage to elites as I can, and enemy armor damage as I can, and damage to elites as I can. The mod again on that is firearms with damage to elites 4%. And then my knee pads, again, firearms, enemy armor damage, shock resistance, blind death resistance, and damage to elites. I have the firearms mod with 4% damage to elites on too. These performance mods, they're not very important at all. It's all preference, how you do your skills and that. But I put first aid self heal on, you'll see in a second why. And then my backpack. I've got firearms rolled, health rolled, and ammo capacity rolled, with the firearms damage to elites on it again as a mod, and the 2 first aid self heals. And then my gloves is rolled to firearms. I have enemy armor damage rolled, assault rifle damage rolled, marksman rifle damage rolled. Obviously it has no mods on that. And then my holster, it's on firearm, stamina and electronics, and the health is rolled on that too, and that's got first aid self-heal mod as well. I don't think I've said this build is fully optimized. All the weapons are fully optimized, and my pieces are all fully optimized, and these are the stats you get once this build is fully optimized. So yeah, they're all my pieces. Now, where you might want to change this is I use this build mainly for stolen signal. It's my stolen signal build. I'll go in and it makes a stolen signal run very, very easy. However, if you're going to do flawless stolen signal, when you're in the electric room and curveball is out, he will take you down with 1 grenade with how this is rolled right now. Now, that's not a problem if you're running a good team and you've got 3 final measures with you, because you're not going to get hit by a grenade. And also if someone's keeping you a constant overheal. Depends on your team whether you need to change this up or not. If you've got a good team, someone's going to make sure you're in constant overheal. You've got 3 final measures, so you're not getting hit by many grenades. You're fine. I've done it numerous times, a flawless stolen signal with a build like this. However, when I've run with a team that maybe isn't giving me overheal as much, or I don't have 3 final measures and I am going to get hit by more grenades, I have to change it up to be able to flawless stolen signal. And to do that, I take out these purple mods. Now, I know that will remove 20% damage to elites, but the main point of a flawless run is staying up, and I've got to alter it. So I put in stamina mods. So just put 5 stamina mods in and get your toughness up to about 400k. You can then survive a grenade blast. So in that electric room and curveball hits you with a grenade, you will survive one. And yeah, that's the only alteration you'd ever need to make with this build, is if you're going for flawless stolen signal with a team that might not be able to have like 3 final measures or keep you up, because they've got to keep you alive. But yeah, that's that. That's the build. You've seen all the pieces. I've gone through everything that I rolled. The talents and everything that I use. If you have a quick look at that, these aren't so important. As you know, I've got no skill power there at all. So what I run with is a booster. Doesn't matter so much about the skill power. That's still going to give me increased damage and damage resistance. So I run that every 51 seconds. I've got that increased damage and I'm hitting even harder again. And I use the pulse. As you've seen earlier, my crit hit damage and chance is quite low. So every 38 seconds, I'm getting an extra 8.5% crit hit chance and an extra 8.5% crit hit damage. So I run that. This is preference. This isn't that vital to the build. You can't. If I've swapped out the pulse for an immunizer box just in case I need an immunizer at any point, but also to use it as an additional med kit, just dropping it and destroying it. It's up to you. It's all preference here, guys. Whatever you prefer to run with a build with no skill power. The talents. These 2 talents I run on every build I do. I have critical save, so if I'm in low health and I use a med kit, I get that 20% damage resistance for 10 seconds. It's got me out of so many sticky situations. I run combat medic because I'm always in a team, so if I'm hitting my med kit, I'm also healing other team members, which is vital in a team. I run one is none, so as I'm doing constant headshots, I have that 50% chance of not consuming the bullet, and then I'm running precision. So I know I've got pulse anyway, but it is only every, I think I said like 40 seconds, 50 seconds, whatever. So if I'm headshotting NPCs, I'm also pulsing them for 10 seconds. So they're the talents I run. Precision, one is none is really preference, not that important. I would say critical save and combat medic is important to any build though. That's just my opinion. And that's that, guys. So they're all my skills and talents that I run. So I've taken you through everything. That is my Sentry's Core 6-piece classified build. Yeah, and for everybody that has asked me when I've been streaming what I'm running, that is it. I hope that helps you make yours. I say it's a very important build. I love it. It's one of my favourite PvE builds. I do run with it a lot. I call it my stolen signal build, but I do run with it in PvP quite a bit just because I like sniping. I prefer it than Deadeye anyway. I love getting those stacks and I love how hard I hit. Check the video description out, as I said earlier. That's going to have a stolen signal guide in it, and they'll show you how to complete stolen signal on heroic. if you just skip ahead to the boss rooms and see how quick I take those bosses down with this build, you'll see how hard it hits. I'm not going to do a video montage for any PvE builds. I'm going to just leave them for me PvP ones. So one of them isn't going to drop you. I'll just post everything in the description, guys. You're going to have that link to that website I mentioned for the vendors. You'll have any links to any other videos that I use this build in if you want to see it in action. But thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to do another 11 I think build videos. I'm going to cover all 14 builds. I've done 10 so far. I have completed 10 of my builds. I just haven't optimized them all. So over the next few weeks I'm probably going to try and do one build video a week to get them all out to you. I've got 4 more builds to go through before I release them to you as well, and they are only guides, guys. I did a Nomad build and had a few people come and telling me I was wrong and all that. I ignore all those comments. I don't like that about this community. No one's wrong. If you're happy with how your build is, then it's right for you. It's as simple as that, and this is only a guide. I'm not saying this is the only way to run this build. Like, I know people that will run this with the devil and heal, and you get that firepower a lot higher. I haven't actually tested that, but I love it how it is. I'm never going to change this. I have so much fun with this build. You'll all have different opinions on it. Go with what suits you, but I hope this has helped anyone that doesn't know how to roll this build, just to give you a bit of a guide. Add your own spin on it, and yeah, it's a great build, guys. It hits very hard, and if you want to be able to complete Stolen Signal easily, you're going to want one of these in your team. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I aim for 10 likes a video, so please hit that like button. If you want to see more Division content, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to get notified. You'll be notified every time a video drops. I try to do at least one video a week, and I stream every week as well. Please check me out and hit subscribe, and also check out the description for my social media links. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm there too. Well, thanks for watching the video, and until next time, guys, peace out.